You've probably seen a coloring book like this 100 times, right? But what if I told you it's not just a toy? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and look at the hidden science packed into every single page. You'll see how simple crayons and paper can actually be really powerful tools for a child's development.
So take a look at this. Crafty Kids Color and Copy Fun. It's bright, it's cheerful, and yeah, it looks pretty straightforward. Something to keep a little one busy for an afternoon. But its innocent cover is kind of hiding a surprisingly sophisticated learning system.
So that's the big question, isn't it? What is really going on here? Because every single page in this book is a carefully designed tool for early childhood development. Behind all the fun pictures, there's a deliberate, powerful learning system at work.
So here's how we're going to break this all down. First, we'll look at why it's so much more than just a coloring book. Then, we'll decode its central color and copy method. From there, we'll uncover the 5 key skills it helps develop, explore the whole power of play philosophy that drives it, and finally, we'll figure out who this simple tool is really for.
Okay, first up, let's kind of reframe what we're looking at. This is not just a bunch of random drawings to keep a child occupied. The book itself calls this a playful, hands-on workbook. That phrase alone signals right from the start that it has a much bigger purpose.
And its mission, stated right on the back cover, is super clear. This book was designed from the ground up to help young learners build essential early skills. And it does it through creativity and fun. So the key here is the fun isn't just the goal, it's the vehicle that gets them there.
So how exactly does it do that? Let's get into the core mechanism, what the book calls its color and copy method. Honestly, this is where the magic really happens. The entire system is captured in these 3 little words, right on the cover: color it, copy it, learn it. Now, this isn't just some catchy slogan. It's a direct formula that transforms a fun activity into a genuinely structured learning process. And here's how that little mantra works in practice. So each page has 2 parts. On one side, you've got a small, full-color picture. That's step 1, observe. Then, on the other side, there's a big black and white version. That's step 2, recreate. And the brilliant part is step 3, develop. Through that simple loop of just looking and doing, crucial skills are being built, almost by stealth. Which brings us to the developmental why behind all of this. What exactly are these essential skills the book is designed to build? This is the real payoff of that whole color and copy method. The back of the book actually lists 5 key areas of development it's targeting. We're talking color recognition, visual matching, fine motor skills, hand-eye coordination, and even softer skills like focus and confidence. Let's just quickly break down how the simple act of coloring hits every single one of these. Okay, first, color recognition. This one seems obvious, but it's more than just seeing the color red. By constantly looking back at the example picture, the child has to actively search for the right crayon. That whole process reinforces the connection in their brain between the color's name, how it looks, and the physical crayon itself. It's building a really strong and practical color vocabulary. Next up is visual matching. That's the copy part of the method. And it isn't just simple imitation, it's a real mental workout. The child has to constantly scan back and forth, comparing the shapes, the colors, and where everything is. This simple exercise sharpens their attention to detail and their ability to spot patterns, which, is a foundational skill for everything from reading to math. Then we have fine motor skills. Just holding a crayon and trying to stay within the lines is a literal workout for the small muscles in a child's hands and fingers. I mean, this is pre-writing training in its most fun form. It builds the dexterity and control they're going to need later to hold a pencil and start forming letters. And this directly builds hand-eye coordination. Just think about the complex loop that's happening here. The eye sees a red apple, the brain processes this info and sends a signal to the hand, which then has to make a very precise movement with a crayon. Every single page strengthens this critical link between what they see and what they do. And finally, this whole process builds focus and confidence. Finishing a page means a child has to sit and concentrate on a single task, which is fantastic for building up their attention span. But just as important, when they're done, they have something tangible, a finished picture. That feeling of, hey, I did this, is such a powerful and essential confidence booster. So when you add up all those skills, you start to realize this book is tapping into a core educational philosophy, the power of play. It's not just about what kids learn, but how they learn it best. This quote from the back cover just sums it up perfectly. The most effective early learning happens when a child doesn't even realize they're doing work. When the process itself is joyful, the skills just get absorbed almost effortlessly. And that's really the key takeaway here. None of this is an accident. The book is intentionally designed to embed serious developmental goals inside an activity that kids already love to do. It seamlessly fuses learning and creativity, so all the child experiences is the fun. So, who is the ideal user for a tool like this? Well, the creators are actually really clear about the different learning environments where a book like this can shine. It turns out it's incredibly versatile. Of course, it's perfect for its core audience of preschoolers, but it's also designed to be a really valuable resource for homeschoolers, a great supplemental tool in classrooms, or, just for some quiet, productive fun at home. So the next time you see a simple coloring book, you'll know to look a little closer. And that kind of leaves us with a final thought. Now that you can see the hidden curriculum in a coloring book, what other simple toys and objects in your own home are actually powerful, secret learning tools in disguise? Thanks for joining me.